Okay, in this unit conversion topics, you have to know a couple of terms, um, a keyword, and what you do if you have such keyword, and this example. So let's do the POR. POR is division. Okay, so let's say you have uh, your odometer. You can see the speed. This it says, let's say, miles per hour. Okay, that means mile divided by hour. Okay, so for example, 25 miles per hour means 25 miles divided by 1 hour. Okay, that's the 25 miles per hour. So let me see the per, that's the division or fraction, and you see 25 miles per hour, in other words 25 miles divided by 1 hour. This is same as this. All right, so for example, you can see $16 per pound. Okay, that means $16 divided by 1 pound. That's the $16 per pound. This per is here division. Now if we have a off or hyphen, that's called multiplication. So for example, kilowatt hyphen hour, in other words, you multiply kilowatt an hour because of off. Okay, now other term you have to know is square. Square is you raise the second power. If you square any units, that's good, you get the square of the units. For example, if you have a meter, if you square it, this technically meter times meter, and we call this square meter. Okay, square meter. Or you square whatever yard is square. This is same as yard times yard. Yard times yard. Similarly, if you raise the third power or you cube it, that's called cubic. So if you have feet times feet times feet, if you multiply 3 feet, you get feet to the power cube, or cubic feet, or feet cubed, the same name. So when you complete your calculation while doing unit conversion problem, make sure that your answer has unit you expected. If it doesn't, you have done something wrong. So you have to be careful when you do the unit conversion. You want to answer whatever unit that must be in your answer. Otherwise, you got to go back and check your answer. Hello. In this in this video, I'll do the problem from unit 2A. First question about currency conversion. And then in this first question about currency conversion, we convert the Mexican currency, which is peso, to the dollar. So we use this table here. This table tells you two things: dollar per foreign and foreign per dollars. In other words, if you look at this money here, okay, the amount, these are the dollar. For example, if you look at this column here, the Mexican peso, right, and dollar per foreign means this is, everything is dollar. Okay, everything is dollar. Dollar per foreign. Foreign here is Mexican peso in this case. So this tells you 1 peso equals 0.05035 dollar. That's what it means. Now we need to convert 2500 peso to the dollar. So we have a conversion factor. This is the conversion factor, in fact. And from conversion factor we get two fractions. Then in other words, the fractions are 1 peso equals 0.05035 dollar. I just write DOLL here. Our other fraction is going to be 0.05035 dollar divided by 1 peso. These are called unit fraction because the value of this fraction is going to be 1. Now to change this peso to the dollar, you got to multiply by one of this fraction. Again, to change to the dollar, I want a peso to be cancelled. So what I'm going to do here is I multiply this 2500 peso by 0.05035 dollar divided by 1 peso. Okay, why did I do that is because if I do so, this peso cancel, then I left with dollar as answer. My final answer unit is dollar amount. So if you multiply 2500 by this number, you get whatever, that's the dollar amount is the answer, which is equals to $125.88. $125.88. That's the answer. Again, if you want to use this another equation from here, you can also do that. Let me do this 19.86, how I use this one to find the answer. Okay, this, that foreign per dollar for Mexican peso is 19.86. What does that mean is, that means 19.86 peso equals $1. That's what it means. So if you want to change 2500 peso to the dollar, now you start writing 2500 peso. Okay, you can do over 1 if you like, okay, because dividing by 1 doesn't make difference, and multiply by the fraction. But notice that you get two fractions from here. What are the two fractions you get? You get 19.86 peso divided by $1. Other one is $1 divided by 19.86 peso. Okay, so if you are changing to dollar from peso, now you multiply by the one of the fraction that must have peso in the bottom, so they cancel bottom and top. So I'm using this second fraction to multiply to this one to get answer in the dollar. So you get $1 divided by 19.86 peso. So this peso cancel, and you have 2500 times $1 is $2500, okay, divided by 1 times 19.86 is 19.86. Notice that peso cancel, and you get the answer in the dollar, which is same as we had it before, 125.88. okay, 125.88. So 2500 peso equals $125.88. Okay, question B. In this question, you are changing, no, you are not changing, you are finding the price in US dollar per gallon, and they give you how much euro per liter. Okay, so the give to you is 1.5 euro per liter in Europe, and the question asks you how much in US dollar per gallon. So your answer must be dollar in the top as a unit, and the gallon in the bottom as a unit. So that must be answer unit. Okay, answer must be that format. In other words, dollar must be in the top, the gallon must be in the bottom. Okay, notice that this line is division called per, per, per. You see the dollar per gallon, that's what it looks like. So the words given here is 1.5 euro per liter. So this 1.5 euro per liter, you can write this way: 1.5 euro divided by liter, per liter. So I put the divide here. Liter per liter means 1 liter. If you notice, there is nothing in the front of liter, therefore I can put 1 here in the front. So 1.5 euro per liter is same as 1.5 euro divided by 1 liter. Now, since you have equation 1 gallon equals 3.785 liter, so I have a fraction here, 1 gallon divided by 3.785 liter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the fraction here. I'm going to put the liter in the top because I want to answer gallon in the bottom and dollar in the top. So my gallon has to be the bottom. In other words, liter must be cancelled and gallon must be in the bottom. So I put 1 gallon here. Because of this one, I put the 1 gallon here. In the top, I put 3.785 liter. 3.785 liter. Okay? Remember the L is for liter. By doing so, this liter cancel. So if you notice, there is a gallon here in the bottom. That's why I want in the answer, correct? Now look at the euro here. The euro must be cancelled and you have to change to the dollar. I mean, euro, you need to change to the dollar. And let me see how much euro equals how much dollar. You guys notice here, this is what the euro going to be. So if you look at here, let me write the equation here. 1.225 dollar equals to 1 euro because of this table. You see that? This is $4 per foreign. In other words, 1.225 dollar equals to 1 euro. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put the other fraction here. So my dollar is going to be in the top because I want my answer in dollar, and my euro in the bottom. Okay, because euro must be cancelled. This euro is in the top, so this euro must be in the bottom, so they cancel. So how much euro? 1 euro from here. So how much dollar? $1.225. So if you cancel euro, and what you get here is in the top you have a dollar unit. That's what I want. In the bottom you have a gallon unit. That's what we want. So multiply 1.5, 3.785, 1.225 and divide by 1 times 1 times 1, which is basically 1, right? You divide it by 1, so your answer must be whatever you get. Let's see what you get, and this gives you 6.95 dollar per gallon. Okay, remember that the unit that survive here is gallon and the dollar. Dollar in the top, gallon in the bottom. And remember that this is the fraction here. The divide is called per, dollar per gallon. That's the B. Suppose you drive 338 miles at speed of 52 miles per hour. So this is the speed, 52 miles in 1 hour. And how many hours does it take? So we need to find our answer in hour. How many hours? So I'm going to put hour in the top. So 52 miles per hour is same as saying in 1 hour you drive 52 miles. Okay, so rather than doing 52 over 1, I did 1 hour over 52 miles because I want an hour answer as a unit. So I put hour in the top, miles in the bottom, multiply by how many miles you drive, 338 miles. So this miles cancel, and you get 1 hour times 338 gives you 338 divided by 52. You can think about 338 over 1, so you multiply 52 and 1, you get 52. And your answer is going to be hour. So your final answer must be, if you divide this, it's going to be 6.5. Next question. If your heart beats 70 times per minute, in other words, in 1 minute, heart beat 70 times. So how many times does your heart beat in 6 days? So you're looking for how many times, number of times. So the number of times must be in the numerator because that's what you want in your answer. So 70 times per minute means 70 times your heartbeat in 1 minute. 70 times divided by 1 minute. So, but you're looking for how many times it beats in 6 days. So you're looking for how many times it beats in 6 days. So we have a day here, but that's the minute units here. So we got to change day to minutes. How do you do that? Again, remember that 1 day equals to 24 hours. Okay. Again, 1 hour equals to 60 minutes. So if you did that chain of multiplication, what happens is minute cancel, day cancel, hour cancel. So if you see, the final answer must be times. So basically you multiply 70 with the 6, with the 24, with the 60, and divided by obviously 1. So your answer must be 604,800 times. Remember that the unit left in this calculation is just times. So that's the answer. Next question. Sophia ran 10 kilometers in 56 minutes. Remember that you have a unit for length kilometer and the time unit is minutes. Find her speed in minutes per mile. And if you remember that minutes per miles is same as minutes divided by miles. So when you find your answer, your unit minutes has to be in the top and the miles has to be in the bottom. Okay, that's the answer unit. So I need minutes on the top. So how do I write this 10 kilometers in 56 minutes as a fraction? I do this. 56 minutes divided by 10 kilometers. In other words, she ran 10 kilometers in 56 minutes. But I need the answer to mile in the denominator, minutes in the numerator. I already have a minutes in the numerator, but I need the miles in the denominator. So I got to change this kilometer to mile. And you're going to have this conversion factor, which calls 1.6093 kilometer equals to 1 miles. Okay, that's the conversion factor, and you use this to multiply this fraction to get miles in the bottom. Kilometers has to be cancelled. So what I'm going to do here, I put the kilometer here in the top, kilometer in the top, right, and the miles in the bottom. So how many kilometer? 1.06093 1.6093 divided by 1 miles. Okay, that is called conversion factor. If you do that, this kilometer cancel. Now you multiply 56 with 1.6093 and divided by 10. That's the final answer going to be 9.01208 minutes. That's in the numerator, 4 miles. That's what we want. Next question. Suppose your car gets 28 miles per gallon. Notice that 28 miles per gallon is same as saying in 1 gallon the car runs 28 miles. So you can put 1 gallon divided by 28 miles. Okay, so next part is, and you are driving 55 miles per hour. Notice that you're driving 55 miles per hour. So in 1 hour you drive 55 miles. The question asks you find the amount of gas you use every hour using unit analysis. So you're looking for how many gas every hour. So you're looking for this gallon per hour. That's what you're looking for. See the question? Find the amount of gas you use every hour. So you're looking for gas, how many gallon per hour. So to find that, I have to have a gallon in the top and the hour in the bottom. Now I use this 55 miles per hour to multiply this fraction to get gallon per hour. So since I need hour in the bottom, I put hour here, and I didn't need the miles because my answer unit is not miles, so I put the miles here in the top. So now we have 55 miles per hour. That means in 55 miles in 1 hour it runs 55 miles. So I put 1 hour here and I put 55 miles here. If you do that, this miles cancel and you see the answer, gallon per hour. That's what I want. So to simplify, you multiply 1 with 55 and 28 with the 1 and you divide 55 by 28. Basically you do 55 divided by 28 gallon per hour. That gives you 1.96 gallon per hour. Okay, that's the answer. Next question. Convert speed of 50 miles per hour to feet per second. So I got to convert miles per hour to feet per second. Notice that miles need to convert to the feet, hour need to convert as a seconds. So I'm starting with 50 miles per hour as 50 miles divided by 1 hour. Now how many feet in how many miles, that's what you need to know, and that's going to be provided to you. So since I need to cancel miles, I need the feet on the top, because see, feet per hour, feet must be in the top, so I put feet unit here and the miles unit here in the bottom, miles in the bottom. And again, 5280 feet equals to 1 miles. Okay, so I change here miles to feet. Now this miles cancel, I get feet per hour, but I got to change hour to seconds. So let's talk about the time units, and then 1 hour has to be 60 minutes, and by doing that, hour cancel, I need per minutes in the answer, but I need the answer in per second. So I do again 1 minute divided by 60 seconds. So if you do that, hour cancel, minute cancel, miles cancel, and your answer is going to be feet divided by seconds, so feet per seconds. To simplify, you multiply 50 with 5280 with 1 and 1, whatever you get in the numerator, you multiply the denominator all and you divide, and use a calculator, and you will find that there's going to be 73.3 feet per second. Or you can write this way, 73.3 feet divided by second. That's the same thing. This is the volume questions. The question actually to convert 500 cubic feet per seconds to cubic yard per minutes. So basically you're converting cubic feet to cubic yard and seconds to minutes. Notice that cubic feet in the top, seconds in the bottom. Okay, so before you do that, you should remember the linear unit conversion that tells you 1 yard equals to 3 feet. Okay, that's the linear conversion. So if you use this linear conversion equation to find the volume conversion, you get 1 yard multiply with 1 yard multiply with 1 yard equals to 3 feet multiply with 3 feet multiply with 3 feet. Okay, that tells you this is 1 times 1 times 1 is 1 yard to the power 3, because multiply yard gives you yard to the power 3 cubic yard equals to 3 times 3 times 3, 27 cubic feet. That's the conversion factor we're going to use to change this equation, feet cube to yard cube. And obviously I know how to change, we know how to change how to minutes to seconds or seconds to minutes. Let's start with the question. So you start with the 500 feet cube divided by 1 seconds. That's the same as saying 500 feet cube per seconds is 500 feet cube divided by 1 seconds times. If you look at the equation here, 1 cubic feet equals to, 1 cubic yard equals to 27 cubic feet. So I'm going to do here, I write cubic feet in the bottom because I want to cancel this cubic feet and I need the answer in cubic yard. So I put cubic feet in the bottom and cubic yard in the top. So how many cubic feet? 27. How many cubic yard? 1. So you need, now you see that cubic feet cancel. I get this answer in cubic yard in the top, but the numerator there is a seconds. I got to change the minutes, but I know that 60 seconds is equals to 1 minute. So I see that minutes in the denominator. That's what I want. So by doing so, you cancel second with the second, feet cube with the feet cube. The answer is going to be cubic yard per minute. That's what we want to answer. See, cubic yard per minute. Now, as usual, you multiply all the number on the top, multiply on all the number in the bottom, and you divide. You get the answer 1 yard cube per minute. Okay, we rounded the answer, by the way. Next question. You need to buy a carpet that measure 5.5 yard long and 4.5 yard wide and cost $39.50 per square yard. Okay, so notice that there is 3 numbers. One is length of the carpet, other is width of the carpet, other one is cost per square yard. So you look for how much money you need to carpet the room. So you're looking for dollar amount. Okay, how much will, so you got to find first how much area you want to carpet. So you got to find the area, since this is the rectangular carpet, so area going to be length times width, 5.5 yard times 4.5 yard. If you multiply, it gives you 24.75 yard square. So that much area you want to put carpet on. So what's the cost? The cost is going to be $39.50 per yard square. So I did that this way, $39.50 per square yard. In other words, for 1 yard square it costs $39.50. So how many square yard we want to put the carpet on? 24.75. So 24.75 yard square. How much it cost? You multiply by 24.75, yard square cancel, and if you multiply these two numbers and divide by 1, you get the amount of cost. That gives you $977.625. Okay, but you can think over 1 if you like. Again, 1 times 1 is 1. You're dividing by 1 is the same thing. So your answer must be in the dollar. You notice that square yard cancel, and your answer must be in the dollar. Okay. Okay, so square millimeter is mm square, because millimeter is mm. Square hectometer is hm square. This is the unit for area, square millimeter, square hectometer. But first we need to know unit for length. So here is a format: kilometer, hectometer, decameter, meter, decimeter, centimeter, millimeter. So if you look for hectometer to millimeter, you're going 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, 5 step. So basically 1 hectometer equals to 1,000,000 millimeter. 50, because to get hectometer to millimeter, you multiply by 10 5 times. 3, 4, 5. So now 1 hectometer square equals to 150 millimeter square. So this is same as 1 hectometer square equals to 1. After 1 you have 10 0. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 millimeter square. So we are converting 25 million 60 millimeter square to hectometer square. So you use this as a conversion factor, and to do that you use 1 hectometer square divided by 10 billion, because after 10 you have 9 0. In other words, after 9 you have 10 0. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and this is millimeter square. So millimeter square cancel, and you see the answer in the hectometer square. That's what we need, either, in other words, square hectometer. And if you do divide, you get 0.0025 hectometer square. That's the answer. In this question, you got to convert cubic centimeter to cubic inches. These are the volume units. And notice that 1 inches equals to 2.54 centimeter as a length. So if you cube both sides, 1 inches cube equals to 2.54 centimeter to the power cube. This is same as 1 inches cube equals to 2.54 to the power 3 centimeter cube. So this is the conversion factor I have to use to change cubic centimeter to cubic inches. So let me start with the 200 cubic centimeter, same as cm cube, times, but multiply by the unit conversion factor from this equation. But notice that I want answer in cubic inches, which is same as inches to the power cube. So I got to put inches power to the cube in the top and centimeter cube in the bottom, right? So if I do that, this centimeter cube cancel. So my answer has to be in cubic inches. And you see this equation, 2.54 to the power 3 2.54 to the power 3 centimeter cube equals to 1 inches cube. So you cancel this to centimeter cube, and now your answer must be in the cubic inches, and you just divide it over 1. You can think about that. So if you divide 200 by 2.54 cube, you'll get 12.20 inches cube. In these questions, we need to convert miles per hour to meter per seconds. So you can see this way: miles divided by hour, that's the miles per hour, meter per second to meter, m per s as a second. So you change miles to meter, hour to seconds pretty much. So I start with 47 miles divided by 1 hour. That's going to be 47 miles per hour as a fraction. You can write that. Now I want to change miles to meter. So I know 1 mile, again this chart is going to be provided to you, 1 mile equals to 1.6093 kilometer. So I just write the kilometer first, and I got to change to meter again, because I know 1000 meter equals 1 kilometer. So I will do fraction here. So I divided by miles here and kilometer on the top, because I want to answer in the meter, but first I got to put the kilometer and I got to change the meter later. So miles in the bottom, because miles need to be cancelled, and 1 miles equals 1.6093 kilometer, right? Times, and look at the hour here, 1 hour, we change to hour to seconds, so we can think about 1 hour equals to 60 minutes, and again 1 minute equals to 60 seconds, right? So if you do that, you get in kilometer in the top, but still you can multiply by 1000 meter divided by 1 kilometer, because 1 kilometer equals to 1000 meter. So you have a chain of the fraction, you multiply each other to get desired unit. So if you do that, your miles cancel, minutes cancel, hour cancel, kilometer cancel. So you see 47 1 times 1.6093 times 1 times 1 times 1000 divided by 60 times 60. If you do all math in the calculator, you get the final answer is going to be 21.01 meter per second. Okay, because meter survive here, second survive here, only these two units survive. The answer is going to be 21.01 meter per second. This question asks you to convert cubic yard to cubic meter. Notice that cubic yard symbols is yard to the power 3. Cubic meter symbols is m to the power 3. This is the volume units, but you should know how much meters equals to how much yard. So this is going to be provided for you, but I'm going to write it down here. 1 meter equals to 1.094 yard. Okay, yard. So if you keep both sides, 1 meter cube equals to 1.094 yard to the power cube. That gives you 1 meter cube equals to 1.094 to the power cube yard to the power cube. But I can do directly 1.094 to the power q, but I can keep it here, and when eventually I multiply when I do the problem. Okay, so here 9.2 yard to the cube, that's the given, and you got to change to the meter cube. So I multiply by the fraction, which is going to be yard cube in the bottom, meter cube in the top. Okay, because I need to cancel yard cube to get the meter cube as an answer unit. So how many yard cube? 1.094 to the power 3, 4 power to the 3, and top 1 meter cube. So this to cancel it, yard cube, the answer must be now 7.03 meter cube. Okay, so that's the unit for the answer. Next question. 1 acre equals to 43,560 square feet, and 5,280 feet equals to 1 miles. That's the given. If the farm has a shape of the rectangle measuring 2.5 miles by 1.5 miles, that's the area. You can find it using these two numbers. And what's the area of the farm in acres? You're looking for final units as an acre. Okay, acre. So let's find the area in square miles. So area equals to 2.5 mile times 1.5 miles gives you 3.75 mile square. Okay, so you got to change this square miles to acre. So to change the acre, you got to use this equation. So notice that first mile need to be changed to the square feet. So you notice that 5280 feet equals to 1 miles. So if you square both sides, you get 5280 square feet equals to 1 square mile, or you can say mile square. All right, so I'm going to use this unit conversion factor to change this square miles to acre. Actually, I use this and this. Okay, I use this and this to change this to the acre. So how are we going to do that? I start with 3.75 mile square times, I divided by 1 mile square in the bottom because I need to cancel. I just want to put mi square for mile square, and the top going to be 5280 square feet square, and again I got to change to acre, so I need acre in the top, acre, and square feet in the bottom, feet square in the bottom. This comes from this first equation. 1 acre equals to 43560 square feet. If you do that, mile square cancel, feet square cancel, and you get the answer in acre. And if you multiply all numerator and divide by multiplying by all denominator, your answer must be 2400 acres. Next question. 1 square meter, which is 1 m squared, is how many times as large as 1 square centimeter? It doesn't say 1, but Sam is saying 1 centimeter square. That's the question. So I want to write 1 meter square divided by 1 centimeter square. To find the how many times it is larger, I got to see how many centimeter in 1 meter. Let's say, not let's say, you know that one meter equals 100 centimeter, right? So if you square both sides, 1 meter square equals 100 centimeter square, and it's the same as saying 1 meter square equals to 10,000 centimeters square, right? So what I'm going to write here is I can write 1 meter square as 10,000 centimeters square divided by 1 centimeter square, and then centimeter square cancel, and I get 10,000 divided by 1 is 10,000. So I can see that 1 meter square is 10,000 times as large as 1 square centimeter. Next question, 1 square meter, which is 1 m squared, is how many times as large as 1 square centimeter? It doesn't say 1, but it's same as saying 1 centimeter square. That's the question. So I want to write 1 meter square divided by 1 centimeter square. To find the how many times it is larger, I got to see how many centimeter in 1 meter. Let's say, not let's say, you know that one meter equals 100 centimeter, right? So if you square both sides, 1 meter square equals 100 centimeter square, and it's the same as saying 1 meter square equals to 10,000 centimeters square, right? So what I'm going to write here is I can write 1 meter square as 10,000 centimeters square divided by 1 centimeter square, and then centimeter square cancel, and I get 10,000 divided by 1 is 10,000. So I can see that 1 meter square is 10,000 times as large as 1 square centimeter.